Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In this video we're talking about PlayStation 2, Nintendo Switch, Commodore 64 and more. Let's get started. Alright, we'll kick things off here talking about Nintendo Switch emulation on Android with Skyline, and Skyline just got a brand new update. If you head to skyline-emu.1 and click on download, you'll see the latest version here at the time of filming is version 2109. So according to bylaws, one of the developers of this app, Mainline 2109, fixes depth formats, which fixes blur issues in many games. It also implements picture-in-picture window support. And based on this update, this person has Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 up and running at a solid 30 frames per second and looking really good. And speaking about looking good, next up we're still talking about Switch emulation, but switching over to PC and talking about Ryujinx. And Ryujinx just got a nice new update. So today version 1.1.664 and version 1.1.665 have released. In version 1.1.664, there's a GPU update here that reduces stuttering in some games, like stuttering indoors in Metroid Prime Remastered. It also improves Nier Automata, and it may improve texture streaming stutters in some other games. And version 665, which is the latest version at the time of filming, greatly improves loading screens and fixes open zone getting stuck at 3 frames per second in Sonic Frontiers. And it may improve loading times in other games. Like Skyline, Ryujinx is 100% free and open source, and it's definitely worth updating if you haven't updated it in a while. Moving on, and we're talking about AetherSX2, and AetherSX2 has had a couple of crazy days. Yesterday with its controversial update on the Google Play Store that introduced ads to the emulator. Ads that the developers said would never ever happen, and some people were complaining about a loss of performance. And then today, there was another update on the website where people are saying there's no more ads in the emulator. So at the time of filming on the AetherSX2 website, if you go to Android and Alpha, the latest version is 4248. And this is the version that a lot of people are saying doesn't have ads, and some people are saying some games run better. Some people are saying some games run worse, and there's a bit of a controversy as to what exactly the update is. Now, since AetherSX2 is closed source, there's no real way of seeing exactly what has changed, but I ran 2 different versions of the APK through VirusTotal and got 2 different results. So this here is from version 3664, which was the last version before ads. And this here is from version 4248, which is available right on the AetherSX2 website. And if you take a look at version 4248, it does have ad stuff built into it. So while people are reporting there's no ads in the version they picked up off the AetherSX2 website, a simple check here reveals that the stuff for ads is in that version of the emulator. It maybe just isn't activated. As for my thoughts on this whole thing, AetherSX2 is closed source. We don't know what's going on behind the hood. The developer has been very vocal about hating the Android community and has sabotaged stuff in the past. So I'm not quite sure what to make of this situation. I don't know why they're still updating this emulator if they hate Android. And there are some red flags here. So I will say if you want to download this one, proceed with caution. It might be good, it might be bad. And it's still probably better than Daemon PS2. And speaking about red, next up we're talking about the brand new Retroid Pocket Flip that was unveiled today. This thing looks very interesting. On the back of it, we've got USB-C and an HDMI mini out. On the front of this, we've got 2 joysticks that are very similar to the 3DS sliders. And most importantly here, it's a clamshell design. As of this moment, I don't know the price, I don't know the specs, but I'll leave a link to this YouTube video in the description below and feel free to check it out. What I do know though is that it's going to have some color variants, so let me know your thoughts about these variants in the comments below. I'm quite liking the 16-bit US one. And speaking about 16 bits, next up we're talking about Mega Man 2, and we touched on this one in a previous video, but it's finally here. Infidelity has ported Mega Man 2 from the NES to the SNES. If you are curious about this one, I'll drop a link to the tweet in the description below, and there is a Google Drive link. And speaking about ports, kind of, next up here we're talking about Commodore 64 and SNK versus Capcom. Someone has made SNK vs. Capcom on the Commodore 64 and it actually looks pretty good. So if you are curious about this one, I'll drop a link to this YouTube video in the description below and I do recommend checking it out. It might have some helpful links in it. And last up here, we're talking about something that got a lot of attention today, but might actually be nothing. So Gabe Follower, who has been leaking a ton of this stuff, says something weird just happened again. Looks like CSGO Source 2 executables going around, someone just sent them and it's legit. Now within one of those images posted, they highlighted Left 4 Dead 3, and this might be absolutely nothing, or it might be something. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We talked about a bunch today. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of it in the comments below. If you liked this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos, don't tempt fate, save your state.